Sir, good morning, sir. Shall we? Yeah, sir. Just 2 minutes, sir.
Sure.
Start by 2 minutes. So we can start, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just now. Yes.
So, Abdulji, shall I start up or you want to give any intro?
I'll give intro.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's start now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining Global Supply Chain Excellence Summit Edition 4. It's virtual and free for everyone. So I would like to thank all the participants who registered and the speakers who are giving lectures for next 2 days. So it's been an honor to host the event to support supply chain management domain. So I'll take this as an opportunity to introduce Data Labs India, who is sponsoring the event. The main objective of the event is to connect industry practitioners, experts, and consultants, and technologists to the needy companies who want to have the digital transformation, who want to achieve supply chain excellence, or who want to improve their business processes, or who want to confirm what they are doing correct or not. Okay? So this is very important platform, this is edition 4, and we have been very successfully doing this. So I would like to thank one and all for this. Okay. So few key points to note is the program is live in Zoom. Those who don't want to join Zoom because they want to attend passive, so there is a channel in YouTube. It is live now. So we have shared YouTube links to all the groups. So those who wants to just watch in WhatsApp in YouTube channel, they can do it, and they can post questions there, and it will be reflected here. So absolutely no problem. And this is the first session. So I would like to introduce our guest speaker, and then we will start in another minute or so. So I would like to invite Mr. Suresh Kavali. Okay, so Mr. Suresh is talking today about AI in operations and supply chain management. So to give the heads up and good introduction about Suresh, Suresh Kavali is a digital transformation expert, helping organizations to scale with AI-powered IT solutions and low-code platforms. So he specialized in Azure-based application development and enterprise automation. As a coach and speaker, he shares insights on IT, OT, and AI, and also the project management, business advisory. Okay, so welcome, Mr. Suresh. Welcome to the show. So thank you for giving a introductory keynote. Welcome to the show. So over to you, sir. Thank you very much, and enjoy the session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abdulji, and thank you for the invitation. And good morning and good evening, everyone online. So let me share my screen. I hope you could see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. As we all keep on hearing about AI. I think it's a buzzword, right? In recent days, everywhere we tend to hear about AI. So I'll take this opportunity to run what are the various AI practices are there, which are coming up, are already established, and to what extent AI applied, and what are the various use cases in supply chain and operations that we can solve. And I keep on attending the various sessions and keep participating as well as giving the sessions and as well as myself listening to the various other industry implementers. So the way we see the AI, I mean, we have been in the era of like almost last 30 years seen from the non-Windows mainframe to the current AI trends. It could be the fundamental digitalization, then the online intranet and internet-based web applications, and then we have seen the mobile apps, then we have seen the cloud, then we are seeing the AI applications. Though each one of them is a kind of for every 5 to 6 years, if I see that a major boost for the IT and the mankind, like where the businesses and the individuals are getting benefited with the technology advancement. But this AI is something, whatever it happened last 30 years, just going to shape up in 2 to 3 years time frame with the help of AI. That is the power of the AI. That's what we are envisioning and we are seeing, and the companies growing and multiplying their businesses and revenues. So it's a kind of one-time opportunity for both individual and as well as for the organizations. The early adapters, whoever early get into the AI, will be taking the advantage, and they will be at the better part than other companies or individuals who are not practicing AI. To that extent, it is driving. There is no exception. To an extent, like maybe legal and healthcare will be like 30 to 35% we can engage it, but in the other areas, it is 60 to 80% you can engage AI in another 5 to 10 years. To that extent, it is moving. Most of things will get automated, right? So with that opening statement, let me run through the various the AI, the benefits and as well as the implementation options and the limitations. That's the coverage for today. So let me take one small the storyline. How many of you aware that in 2021, so it was all over the news and everywhere, that Evergreen, ever given is the ship name, so by the company Evergreen. So it got stuck at Suez Canal and it interrupted for around 6 days. Ships not able to move from one side to the other side. They all queued for 6 days. The impact of it per day, the business of like the trade across the world, it is 9.6 billion trade per day. That is approximately 1/10 of world trade that happens every day. Got stuck. So they took around 6 days. They got several other like digging and tugs and all that to help it out to move out. And the way it got impacted, where 400 other ships got killed because they don't have the immediate fallback option. What is the other routing mechanism that they can take so that they can overcome get coming and then get stuck in this canal? So those are the areas, the way we have seen the problematic can be more efficiently managed with the AI. How it is? Let me just show it over here. The same problem happens now with the AI enablement, and most of the products already started building the AI solutions within their product suites. So the primarily the optimization of whatever the routing that they across the world and the various canals that connects between one continent to the other continent can be quickly what I could say run through, and the simulators will run, and then it will come up with the what is the simulator? The simulator basically like you'll be having the real time, whatever the physical locations and the physical geographic conditions, this information digitally managed almost close to the replica of the simulator. So within that simulator, you tend to see that exactly how it navigates in the real time. But it is a virtual and a digital. There you can run through to see that for me to deroute this, what is the alternate path, how long it takes, is it okay, the items that what I am having in my ship are okay to ship in this route, what is the additional cost, and what is the urgency the other side, that this need to be reached immediately. All this will be very quickly calculated. We all know that directly, indirectly, each one of us already using chat GPT and all this, and to what extent it is helping, at least from the development world, I could see that it is 10 to 100 times faster than a developer. Same way, in other industries also, it is providing at least 10 to 20 times faster benefits. So what it takes a week for you to analyze all this can be done in few minutes. So that the ship which is, let's say, 200 kilometers away from this canal blockage can take a derouting to some other path. All that is feasible and possible if AI is applied. So a couple of items over here which can track, like the route optimization or identifying the alternate paths to deliver. And then digital twins, the digital twin is nothing but exactly will be having like Suez Canal, other canals, and the ship, whatever the regular traffic that they identify and the speed that the ship can move in that particular canal. All this will be already identified and learned, trained within the LLM agents, so that they can provide kind of what if analysis. Means if this is not the route to take, what is the alternate route and what are the implications of it? Because we need to have again the clearances, the global clearances from different countries, and as well as the goods that it is carrying, having the permission to carry in that route. Extra will be also in the uh, consideration for these companies to assess quickly. And then monitoring of it, where in the real time, what is that weather conditions, the other side, and predictive inventory buffering, in the sense like what are the other sources. For example, if that ship which is carrying, the ship is carrying, let's say, the containers, thousands of containers. What if there is another ship which is delivering the crude oil or the refined oil for a, let's say, airline company? So can that airline company, can, is it okay for that to wait for couple of days, that material not delivering, or is it urgent? The inventory buffering is nothing but what is that buffered inventory already they are already having. So all this can be quickly get connected and measured from each one of the ERP systems, and as well as the other weather or satellite or any other geographical and the satellite based solutions already in place. Because nowadays you are aware, API is the mechanism to connect all these systems and then get exchange the data. So without API, without JSON, without cloud, without AI, there are no products in the current market. That is how the world is moving and the industry is moving. All right. Then having the AI-driven autonomous shipping, it might be at the later stage. Like for example, you might see in our cities, we'll have in the metro. Now metro is autonomous. Though there is a driver, but they have, like in terms of like whenever the opposite train is coming in the same lane, they have sensors to stop automatic. So this will can move continuously towards the complete autonomous, where they can drive things on their own, they can take decisions on their own. So we'll be having more detailed the information on this, how and what are the possibilities to build it. But otherwise, just me take it. This is the large problem which I explained, kind of caused billions of dollars of damage to the companies, whichever is involved in that shipment, and as well as the one who is receiving and who is sending the goods are both got impacted. I just kept a purposefully a small picture at the bottom, just a small laptop that I ordered. Let's imagine as an individual. Yeah, right. So if there is a laptop or a mobile that I ordered, what if that comes with a damage as an individual? Forget about the billions of dollars of damage to the businesses. But here, let's say that $1,000 I paid for my laptop, or I paid, let's say, $150 for my mobile. So if that comes with a damage as a you the consumer, as a end user, so I'll be disappointed. So it's more of the person's experience that is getting impacted. So this shows that the importance of supply chain and how accurately we need to manage across the world to ensure that everything goes in the proper manner so that it reaches its destination and the purpose of the delivery. Now, so with the AI in place, from choke point risk to the smart navigation. So before AI, what happens? As soon as some kind of crisis occurs, people will scramble here and there, get ad hoc based whatever the information, calls and information on the systems, figure it out, what are the alternate ways to move and book the alternatives. All that a bit of reputation, time, and financial loss. Whereas with AI, with all interconnected systems in place, of course, they will share what is the necessary data, not necessarily all the data from every system. And then pretty routing the early alerts, if there are any kind of the blockages in the canals, etc., can be alerted the just before the other points, ports we call. And then smart buffering, just ensuring that checking with your inventory levels, if it is not an the urgent thing to deliver for a airline company or some other manufacturing company, they already have enough raw material to continue their business. So they can say that I'm good to wait for 2 days so that they can give the space for other urgent things to deliver. All this can possible. An autonomous coordination where the systems coordinating themselves, AI playing a role, will help more agile, means where they quickly adapting to the circumstances and situations and delivering can help the global logistics at a large scale. All right. The impact of this quickly, 400 ships got stuck for 6 days, around 9 to 10 billion per day is the trade that got affected. Overall, around 60 billion damage has been occurred. The loss has been occurred around 60 billion. Now, if AI is in place, what would have been covered? Of course, and rerouting onto the different paths and forecasting how long it takes and the goods inside, is that okay to deliver in that routes? And the inventory simulations where do we have enough stock at your side so that I can mix and match the delivery based on the urgencies. And then the control tower alerts, which can help the global side, the various players, the shipping companies and the one who is sending the material, the one who is receiving everywhere, the information is reached and they are making their own arrangements to mitigate the situation. That way, easily around 18 to 28 billions could have been saved if AI was in place. Why not it is 100%? Because it's not possible. Can we avoid the ship getting stuck there? The sandstorm and the winds that is occurring, no AI or no human can stop it. So those will keep happening. So once it happens, how quick you will be able to make the alternate choices for you to deliver that at the faster manner. That is where AI can play a role. That is where the reduction of 30 to 35% of or 40% of the cost that occurs or loss that occurs is feasible using AI. Now, for that example that I had given, we already have the various, as we know in the supply chain, the various the demand and forecasting and manufacturing, procurement and warehouse and transportation and maintenance. In all these areas, already all these ERP-based large MNCs already came up with a set of the solutions, tools, and add-ons in place, and it is growing further. Initially, they built it certain areas. Just to give you examples, like in terms of demand forecasting and the predictive maintenance. So in all these places, you can apply the AI, like a computer vision for quality check. If you have any damaged goods, rather than you manually checking it, you can apply it. Chatbots in the real time. If you want to know by when your goods can be delivered and where it is, etc., you can keep checking through the chatbots. Then you can get it. And then the couple of the what you could say the benefits. Primarily, as we know, the time and cost can be saved, right? So better customer service, because the customer at the end, that laptop example that I gave the example, okay, if that uh, ship got stuck in the canal, may not be a direct impact to a consumer like me, an individual, but definitely a mobile phone that I'm receiving, if it comes in with a small damage, then that's not acceptable for me. So I don't see the other problem is my problem, because it is more of a business related and not related to me. Otherwise, impact is multifold with that. Multiple businesses, multiple people will be impacted. So better customer service, you can provide it. Real-time decisions. So you can take quick decisions based on your conditions and the availability of the data. And sustainability for the environment will be helping in terms of like managing that emissions and wastage within your factories. And risk mitigation. So we'll be having like possibility of identifying the possible disruptions, and accordingly you taking the risk mitigations or the voluntary the advanced for the measures to overcome or minimize the impact of the risk that is going to occur. So these are the couple of the benefits that we could see at the large scale. There are so many other operational related benefits that you tend to see. Now, couple of the AI tools and platforms. So we already have like, as we know, SAP being the market leader since very beginning, but not necessarily the SAP. Now we also have several other ones like within the Microsoft Dynamics and Oracle apps, and all these guys also equally building their solutions using both AI and as well as the other techniques that is needed to meet current demands. So a couple of other examples like the Blue Ender, Coupa AI, IBM Watson, Amazon Forecast, Azure AI, Databricks, Google Vertex. These are the various other the industry leading the solutions that we already have in place to mitigate this whatever I explained in terms of the AI related solutions. But these are kind of already built products in the ERP side. If at all, if you want to build, if you want to exercise, then how you take it forward. Those things also I got it a bit of understanding how you can build one of it. So let me, yeah. So AI digital twins is exactly simulations. What do you mean by simulations? Like you tend to see that, like I was into a Air India the simulator once. It exactly shows as if I'm getting into a flight in Hyderabad, and then I'm in the cockpit and I'm moving to the, let's say, Mumbai. It shows exactly the ATS towers and as well as the movement of the aeroplane from one place to another place, as if you are flying in the air, all the clouds, and as well as in the opposite, if there is another flight is coming, a blinking of the lights, and underneath the ground, and as well as the water bodies, and all these exactly simulated as if you are flying in a real flight. You don't see any difference. They'll close all the doors and you will be in the exact flight mode. Similarly, you can have this digital twins built exactly. What are the digital twins? If I have a factory, if I have a supply chain of the inventory that I'm managing, and as well as procurement wise the shipping of my finished goods, If I can simulate all this within my environment, in my digital twin, it is replica of it. 25 trucks getting the raw material every day, and I'm delivering, let's say, 20 trucks of finished goods. And there are 100 workers on the floor with 25 machines. If I give all this raw information to my system and I can build a simulator, what happens day to day, then I know that when there is a shortage of a procurement or the delivery is getting impacted due to the road blockages, due to political unrest or the weather conditions, the other side, or if I don't have enough staff to deliver on that day, the staff is on what I could say strike. Only the few key people are attending and all others are on strike. So using my digital twin, I'll be able to exactly simulate what will be my end of the day, or if this continues for a couple of days, what's going to happen. That's exactly the digital twin. So we'll be maintaining exactly the information what you have in your factory or in your supply chain. The same information you maintain there in the virtual world, and then you simulate it to see that when certain unforeseen things happens, how you overcome it. Then we have the LLMs like GPT, Claude, Llama. All these LLMs will help in different use cases. You can build the chatbots and you can parse your documents and you can identify any mismatch in your invoices, purchase orders, etc. All this can be done. Then Edge AI, where in the real time, if you want to take certain decisions on the floor with the help of the machinery and with the help of the AI systems in place, like small robots and all this, you can take on the spot. Then self-optimizing the supply chain systems where the autonomous planning, minimizing the the intervention and systems working on their own can be also planned with the help of the AI agents is the concept. What are the AI agents? So you heard so far AI. First of all, what is the AI? AI is nothing but you getting the human intelligence to the machines to operate on their own. That's what your AI, artificial intelligence. So traditional AI, it is not new. AI is last already 20-25 years. It's not less than that. But last 5 years, after Gen AI, the AI is the acceptance and the implementation of AI became quite easy. So many tools and techniques came today in the market. I'll be just explaining all these in the coming sessions. Sorry, in the coming slides. So in a quick difference, the traditional AI is the forecast product demands where already happened sales and weather conditions and any occasions that you have, holidays, etc. You'll be able to identify what could be the probable demand for your product for next coming week or month, etc. Then to give that example, like in the rainy season, there might be less demand for paint companies, Asian Paint, etc. That's one example I can give. Then AI agents. So AI agents is a little bit powerful concept where here this will be having the capability or ability of autonomous action taking feasibility, like where they can take their own decisions. How they can take their own decisions? Of course, we will build the underlying whatever the needed technical actions slash tools and as well as possible workflows so that on demand they can take their own call what need to be done at next step. Like for example, if some inventory is like is very fast moving inventory items in a shop floor is almost getting over. We have last 2-3 pieces. Now AI can identify that. Then it will immediately go ahead and then check for the available vendors within the system and within the available vendors who is the most probable vendor and check with them the availability of the items and order them. All this can be done through AI agent. You need not to have the human intervention there. Like that, I have given at least 10 other use cases in the coming slide. We'll see that. for the AI agents. Then the another powerful concept is vertical AI. Trust it, the way it is going is like this AI is there last 10, 15 years. We have been building with using the several techniques using Python and all that. AI agents last at least 3 years, 4 years, at least 3 to 4 years, 3 years minimally, 2022 onwards. LangChain is the one of the framework that is in place. With the help of that, the agent building is becoming very popular. Many people build the agents, sales agent, recruitment agent, HR agent, and floor agent, TripAdvisor agent, etc. Then after that, in last 6 months and so, we are seeing a rapid growth and deep thought towards the vertical AI. Vertical AI is no way other than the AI or AI agents, whereas AI agents are both are built across the industry and domain. You can make use of it for any kind of use cases, whereas vertical AI is more specific to the one particular function within one particular domain. It is more of narrowed, where they're building the deep understanding in that particular area, so that it will best fit for that specific area. Like for example, for demand planning and logistic optimization. So for logistic optimization, I'm training my model with a deep understanding of various vehicles and their capacity to carry the goods, and as well as the time it takes and the cost it occurs and the various ports that they are available to ship it. All these are deeply trained for that particular AI agent, so that it is more specialized in that area. It is more specialized in that area, so that it can get better results. So vertical AI is fast moving at this moment. That's where I said, whatever happened 30 years in the industry will shape up in next 2 to 5 years. That is how it is moving. This is the example. Whereas the AI is already there last a decade time. AI agents are last 3 years of story. Vertical AI is last 6 months story. Maybe next time when we conduct another session, we might see one more storyline that is coming and catching up in the market. And all these are feasible with the help of AI in hand. You can play around with the various options. Now, vertical AI agents, I just gave certain examples over here for demand planning and procurement agents, and inventory monitoring and logistics routing optimization agents. All these are given specialized information and the domain expertise. All that has been trained and they are knowledgeable about that, so that they can take their own autonomous decisions. That is what your vertical agents. Couple of other examples, like as we all know, Amazon already, the tiny robots over here you see, all these are already playing on the floor in terms of shipping the goods from one place to another place, from one rack to another rack. All these are autonomously already handled. There is no remote control, somebody doing it. No. Instructions has been given that move these 200 articles from, let's say, some bin location by section A to the rack B. Once that kind of instruction is provided, these guys are automatically shipping it. Same way the humanoids. These are already exist within the Amazon data centers. And the other side you see that is the delivery vehicle. So rather than FedEx or a human driven, the automatic delivery of your goods at your doorstep is also happening. So these all are already empowered in terms of like instructing and providing the real-time notification to the user who's supposed to receive, so that they can pick up that the goods that they are receiving. So all these are already automations in place and working, and more it is increasing. So here are the couple of examples that I have quoted, like where find expiry items and offer the discounted price. If you know that there are a couple of items which are getting expired in another 2 to 3 days, provide a huge discount, 50%, 20%, 80%, so that rather than throwing them waste, at least you can recover certain the base price that you invested already. Like that, I gave, like, recommend the slow moving inventory for building or clearance sale. Like that, you can use the AI in various cases. All this can autonomously can work. Then how to build that? How to build it? So we have the options of using the different ways. One is you can make use of the raw technology if you are a technology company, if you are a developer mindset, if you can architect yourself. You can make use of the LangChain, Python, and LLMs and Pinecone, etc., the indexing DBs, where you'll be creating the embeddings and storing that knowledge and you're training your models. And then you'll be building the RAG system. When you query it, it will go ahead and then find from the embeddings the relevant text match and come back with the results. So that is the core of fundamental architecture that takes place underlying of the AI engines, so that someone can pick it up. But if you are not techie, if you have a just minimal knowledge and technology usage and in terms of good instructing and you can apply your good thought process, then you can make use of several pre-existing platforms like Azure, uh, the cognitive services, where most of this, whatever the voice based and the audio video based and such and LLMs, OpenAI based integrations, all these are already in place. You stitch them and then you can build your models that you want. Is one of the other alternative for semi coders or no coders. Similarly, we have in AWS the Bedrock. It is also the same, but obviously in each of the platform you have to make use of other available whatever the S3 storage buckets, etc., that can benefit you to storage and then do certain activities. And if you are intelligent enough, you know both the parties, then you can mix and match, where you can make use of the LangChain, etc., to build your agents. At the same time, you can use for your ETL and as well as for your data warehouse and other activities. You can make use of the data factory, etc., which are already enabled with the AI, and Power Automate and Power BI within the Microsoft you can use for your dashboards, etc. At the same time, if you want to go for AWS, as we have seen the Bedrock, along with Bedrock, you can make use of again the LangChain based whatever the other the agents and tools you can build over here to perform the various tasks. So these are the various ways for you to build the various agents that you need for the business. And we have several LLMs in place. Which LLM suits? Because each one of them having their own capabilities and something is better at some functionality. At the same time, there is something we need to consider: the rate, the cost of it. As of now, the AI is a costly affair, no doubt in that. So, but it is coming down, uh, like periodically they're reducing the cost, no doubt in that. And certain the lower versions of it, for example, GPT-4, we have GPT-3, GPT-3o mini, GPT-4, we have like mini again. So all these are coming with the different features and different costing. So based on your usage, in some places we use lower version to solve the problem at one level. At the second level, we use the more advanced version so that we'll minimize the cost. And there are several other options we use in terms of labeling your data, cleansing your data rather than processing the complete data for your the LLM. You'll minimize that amount of data it processes so that we bring down the cost of implementation. So this is the options that we can, these are the options present for one to use. And then between the, like if you take a control tower where a high level dashboard, you tend to see that all the actions happening across your, the SCM chain. You'll be having the demand forecasting, inventory, and real-time logistics are better handled by your AI. Whereas edge cases means at the situation of the factory or machinery or a truck which is delivering, if something happens, how you are going to take care over there. Compared to AI, the human can play a better role. And then interpreting market signals. If you sense some kind of political unrest or some kind of weather-related unforeseen things in the coming days or the months, you might be able to play a better role than AI. Of course, if you feed this information to the AI, again, AI is powerful, no doubt in that. Strategic sourcing and negotiations, that is the human intervention, like where negotiations and maintaining that empathy and as well as the relationships with the vendors and customers, not feasible by AI. It's only human who can do it. In a similar way, I gave the various the categories and as well as what is that AI can do in that place, what is that humans also can do best compared to the AI. So this comparison has been provided over here. And also already this Jara, this Walmart, FedEx, Toyota, all these are already exercising these AI models in place. It's not something new. Maybe we are learning it new, but already it is implemented in many places and they are making use of it. So now, what is the AI-wise, the human strength that we can consider? So AI is good in terms of automating and processing your bulk data, right? So the repetitive processes, operational activities can be automated as much as possible, and the forecasting and the uh, demand analysis and the inventory rebalancing and ordering and all this can be done. More of a structured work. That's what I would like to say. AI can better work in a structured the workflows. Human strength is more of in terms of strategizing and maintaining the relationships and having the empathy and the situations and the negotiations. This will play bigger in the human interactions together. That is your human judgment, because human in the loop is necessary in most of the AI systems. We cannot solve 100% of the problems using AI because it has its own limitations. So a human intervention is necessary. Certain operational activities can be done 100%, like a kind of self-driving car or factory floor, whatever the robots that can carry the goods from one place to another place. These are more of fixed set of activities from point A to the point B at a particular time, at a particular speed. These all are already pre-coded. So 100% of automation and working on their own is possible, but in other places it is not. So a human judgment is needed, means a human intervention is needed to ensure that the clearance is there to pass on. So clubbing these two together, the human judgment and AI efficiency, you can get a peak performance. So ultimately we are leading towards this across the industries, across the continents, and across the companies, and as well as individuals. Everywhere it is happening. So for AI, with the help of the AI, you can automate, you can do the predictions, large scale data processing can do very quick, which will take, I have seen Bank of America, etc., which are providing that trading desk related end of the day reports to the tune of 10 GB, 15 GB Excel sheets. I used to see that people spending nights over here to clear all of them and to adjust it. And by the time morning in the US, adjust all those figures, numbers, etc., and make it business as usual. All of them are now taking shape towards automations and bringing it down to the minutes rather than taking the hours and the days. And then using humans for strategy, exception handling, and empathy and leadership. So both are clubbing together will be more powerful for your business performance and as well as individual performance. I hope with this that my opening statement of it is one-time opportunity and lifetime opportunity for each one of us. I hope you got a good understanding of it through my run through of various use cases and as well as options to build the AI. So with that, I would like to conclude over here and happy to take up any questions.
Uh, Thank you, Suresh. It's fantastic lecture. I think you did a great job of covering the need, benefits, and also you covered very nicely the technology part. Excellent. Okay, so now let's take to the how that this could be helpful for the organizations. I know the large organizations, they have their own teams, internal teams, they have funds to do that. So now let us take up the mid-sized organizations who consider still IT as an still expense, not as an investment. Okay. Now to join the bandwagon of AI, they need some enabling systems. Okay. Without that, AI cannot work as a standalone. Yeah, you need some basic enabling business systems in place. On top of it, if you put AI layer, you get the best out of it. Okay. So, what is your advice to the business owners, the senior leaders of the mid-size segment management layer?
Okay, very good question, Abdulji. So the way I see is like as we all are in the, at least you and me, we have seen the business last 30 years in the industry. Gone the days of fixed bid to the time and material to the SaaS-based model to the today's subscription model. From subscription model, the industry is moving towards the value share, the benefit share model. What does it mean? I'll just simplify it. Initially, okay, I'll give you, let's say, $500,000 or $1 million for you to deliver this project for me for next 2 years. From there to the, just give me 10 resources for 6 months. You build whatever you want. We went through that. From there, we went to the building the SaaS products, like where I have my product built in cloud, and you all can make use of it, and you provide me for your usage, whatever it is. That is nothing but we went indirectly subscription model. That's where today most of this SAP and Microsoft Dynamics and many other players are in subscription model. Means for 4 seats, for your 4 users, I'll charge you, let's say $150 per month. You pay me, let's say $1,000 a month. That comes to the $12,000 per year. So where is $500,000 and where is $1 million and where is a $10,000? Like that, the industry is already moved. Now it is
Transform.
moving to the next step, like where it is more of value share. You come and deploy your product with my company, my product, coexist with my product. Show me the benefit. You share the benefit. I don't pay you anything in advance. So why I give that statement is, as we know, one side is this ERP companies and other businesses which are building the enterprise applications. The other side, there is a startup ecosystem that you have seen. It is in the high time in last at least 5 years. I'm seeing it. Lot many startup companies building so many solutions. Innovate. The innovations are happening at the high scale. So we can tie up with one of such a good, smart startup company. Let them prove that what is the value share or value benefit that they can show for your business and your clients. You share that whatever you gain with them. That's the smartest move. I could say that for any of the SMB sector can get benefit with the AI rather than they implementing it. Take advantage of already existing solutions. There are many solutions already in place.
Interesting. Yeah. So in this, it's not only about technology, it's about people, it's about aligning the organization. So what do you advise? That it does not happen by, even if you go by value sharing model, we have to understand what is a value sharing. Okay. Otherwise, it will be the vendor may say you got a value, and the organization may say yes, it is not a value for me. So there will be always debate. Okay, so here the people part come into a picture. So what do you advise? The enabling skills
Okay.
for the organization.
Okay. So we don't have a choice for any individual or organizations in the current market, like where we all use WhatsApp, we all use internet. Usage of AI is going to be that normal in another 4 to 5 years. Somebody who is not going to get into this area is definitely like we used to hear the earlier Kodak, etc., the camera reels and all that, that old stories we may repeat if somebody not going to shape up. To that extent, it is moving. So it is necessary for every organization to train their own resources in the AI technologies and techniques and usage, so that because that human in the loop is necessary for the AI systems to function. So these people can act as a kind of drivers for the engine or manage that AI engines which are working are properly producing the results. As you said, if you don't train your resources, if you're not build that kind of context in the mind in the organization culture, then again that AI systems will not produce any results. So that is very important to train the resources, and it is necessary for every business and individual.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Suresh. We have, I think, we are done with the time. Just final thoughts, key takeaways. Your presentation was fantastic. I really liked it. I asked my team also to look into it. Yeah. Any final thoughts? Mhm.
My
Yeah.
final thoughts, like I encourage every businesses and as well as the individuals be part of the AI happening, the events and the communities and as well as the conferences and online whatever available. That itself is a good learning, and it is necessary every day to spend a couple of hours on this space so that we can be on top of AI implementation. As I'm doing this last at least decade time, I'm working on the AI solutions in last whatever the vertical AI and as well as AI agents. I did myself at least last 5 years built multiple solutions, and we see that advantage with market accepting, large companies accepting it, and the benefits over it also amazing. So I could encourage. I mean, I could feel that if I was not in this journey last 5 6 years after the journey, I would have been just missed a major opportunity in the life. So that's what my personal feeling. So I advise each one of you to mandatorily get into it. The way you build your SEM skills strong in the ERP space, it is necessary equally important to build the AI skills. That's where the market is.
Excellent. So thank you, Suresh, for insightful lecture, welcome note, and the key takeaways. So thank you. Join me to give a big hand to Suresh for insightful lecture. Thank you, Suresh. Thank you very much, and kind regards to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abdul. Thank you everyone for joining me and hearing me.
Yeah.
Thanks a
So
lot.
yeah, thank you, sir. So with that, we